Good day everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cailyn and this is Foundation First. Today we're going to talk about what education experts mean when they talk about children being in a concrete stage of life. Now when we talk about children and their perception of the world around them, we need to realize the stage at which their brain is in as they are born and come into the world. Us with our adult brains often forget that children do not have the thinking capacity and the world knowledge to understand things and see the world the way that we do. As children are born, they start by seeing the world around them, often very blurry, and start then seeing shapes of faces, and then eventually as their eyesight corrects and gets more detailed, they start recognizing faces. They're also developing other areas of their sensory input: touch, sound, sight, taste, etc. These are things that can be experienced, and the things that your senses experience are concrete aspects and concrete items and things in the world around you. By concrete items, we mean things that we can touch and manipulate. When I pick up a cup, I can touch it, I can pick it up, I can look at it, I can turn it and manipulate it. It's a very hands-on experience. Now, children are in that stage of life. Children between birth and 6 years old cannot yet understand things in an abstract concept. Abstract concepts is more something that represents something that is concrete, like if I hold up one cup and then I show the number one. This number one is an abstract representation of the one cup, or a drawing or a picture of a cup is an abstract representation of a cup. These are very basic examples of abstract representations or abstract things. When you go a little bit deeper, children are able to create thoughts and manipulate them inside their head to create something that is a little bit more abstract. Up until the age of 7, children are developing their concrete understanding of the world around them. They're understanding things that they can touch. What do they feel like? When I look at this plate, I see that it is shiny. As an adult, I know just by how it looks, I don't need to feel and touch the fact that it is smooth and slippery. Use my understanding of my concrete knowledge that I built up when I was much younger, experiencing different things, to eventually get to a point where if I see something from far away, I can imagine this in an abstract way about how this feels. I don't need to actually experience it. The concrete understanding is me feeling it, experiencing it, and talking about it, manipulating it. This is how I'm learning about this concrete item, and eventually to get to a point where I can use abstract thoughts to think about different things and apply these thoughts to new experiences. This is also why when children are much younger, when they're learning numeracy and literacy, learning to read and write, when they're learning mathematics, it's important to start with more of a concrete approach to their learning in these abstract concepts. It's important that they learn that when I have 2 cups, it is 2 cups. And that eventually when we move on, that I can represent these 2 cups with an abstract number, the number 2, and the word cup. At the end of the day, these are thoughts created by humans to represent something in our concrete world. And that's why it's important to start with very basic, concrete approaches to children in their learning when they are under the age of 7/6, and then move from the concrete to the abstract. This is a gradual process that begins from birth all the way up to 6-7 years old and continues to develop as they get older. Eventually, they'll learn that these 2 blocks are representing these 2 cups. In educational development, we call this one-to-one correspondence. These 2 blocks represent these 2 cups. Eventually, these 2 pictures of squares represent 2 cups. Then moving on from that, the number 2 represents these 2 cups. Can you see that eventually it moves from concrete, something you can manipulate, to something that's a little bit more abstract, and it's something that moves progressively over time. It's important to understand that children are in this concrete stage of life before the age of 7. This helps you as parents understand how to support your child adequately in their development. Help them learn that they can use abstract items like building blocks, etc., to build something that's a little bit more concrete. A Lego block is something that is concrete, but as a Lego block is abstract, as it's not representing anything of the world around them besides a Lego block. But if I take this Lego block and I build a castle, I've taken something that is abstract and I've built something that is a bit more concrete. I've used this abstract representation to create something that is more concrete. If I use it to create a car or an aeroplane, these are wonderful ways to develop children's understanding of abstract concepts, representing and manipulating them into something a little bit more concrete. This helps them get to a point where they can manipulate things inside their heads and have abstract thoughts because they have done it in a concrete way first. This step cannot be skipped. Some children may move through it a little bit faster, where others are a little bit more gradual in their process. But it often is between the age of birth to 6 years old. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to see what's coming next. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next one.